Hey everyone, Oz. So, a little bit of an emergency team meeting here, and in the meantime, I'm gonna select, someone and kind of just have something going on in the background, so that way you guys get your, Subway Surfers content included, So, apparently it has now come out that YouTube no longer counts your guys' views unless you give a like, or a comment, or some form of interaction to a video. So, that means any sort of dream I have of ever reaching the masses and sharing my content and my dream to the world is, very unfortunately at stake due to, AI content going and ruining YouTube for everyone. Apparently, with the, recent rise of AI slop content and how quickly they are able to generate views and monetize themselves, YouTube has decided to change their content creation policy, content monetization policy, as well as their view counting policy, which isn't exactly good for regular creators, but also for smaller creators like me who are just starting out, I just wanted to go and share my passions with the world. I wanted to do this for me, and now you're telling me that some stupid computer that sucks up water in the middle of a basin somewhere to think really good so other people don't frickin' have to, is now going and making something that I genuinely enjoy a untenable position and job or hobby to do. That's ridiculous. This is absolute bullshit. There's a million and one things that YouTube have done over the years that I have very, very thoroughly disagreed with. As far as, changing up their monetization, changing up what's allowed, this, that, the other thing. And, honestly, for a lot of the time, I thought it was all worth it, For the good of the platform was kind of the idea. However, now for the good of the platform has started to harm creators. There's been an uptake in smaller creators or, larger creators leaving the platform because they're no longer able to make as much money from the content that they generate. Granted, I only have 19 subscribers, so I'm not making any money from this. This is something that I'm doing in my spare time for fun. I wish I could make this my job. I genuinely do. I love making content, and I've been working on a mod pack for RimWorld that is going to potentially be very fun, very nuts, and, all around just unhinged. Take us about a month, maybe 2 months to complete. It's something that I look forward to. Something where we can, have a little chaos, have a little fun, get a little creative with it, do something that, is enjoyable. And I would love to hear from you guys, comments on my video. It says the average view time of my videos is about 17 to 18 minutes. I think the first I've ever seen someone watch into one of my videos is about 25 minutes. So, what we are going to do is we're going to start, uploading shorter content. That's it. I'm just going to stop going and putting the hours that I have been in to all of the content that I've been making for you guys, and I'm going to turn it into, instead of 5 hours of recording, maybe just 1. And the content will suffer a little bit for that, and it's kind of sad. I really wish it could, continue with what I've been doing. But I need to prioritize my ability to record. I need to prioritize my ability to, get views out, to get out to people, because I want to entertain the world. That's what this is about. This is about reaching out and sharing, part of what I enjoy with you guys. And it's sad. It's sad to see that YouTube has screwed over the idea, essentially, of the YouTube. So now I guess the only thing I have left to do to get engagement out of people is to find something that is super common and super normal and start rage baiting people. Because apparently, an engaged view is a view, and a view is a view, if that makes sense. So I don't know. It has me all tangled up on the inside about how I feel. It's it's sad. It's watching a platform that I genuinely love just lose sight of who it was and what made it unique in the first place. There's a lot that can be said about, you know, just wanting to get out and create content for the world, but when YouTube goes and makes it so, you know, you're punished for, you know, not following the algorithm, when you're not going and committing to AI slop or whatever, it's demoralizing, you know, it's going to destroy the landscape of something that is very beautiful, all for the sake of, you know, YouTube's profit, pleasure, and personal vision. And they've lost that original vision. You know, YouTube used to be platform where you could just upload silly videos and share it with your friends, and now it's quickly become some kind of untenable monster where, you know, it's no longer about the community that we all once had on here. It's about something else, and I don't know what that is, and I don't understand what that is. Either way, you're not going to see my content change. I'm going to just keep making what I want and uploading what I want, because that's the promise I made to myself, that if I started YouTube and I started doing this as a hobby, everything I would do on here would be for me. And it is, and it always will be, and that will never change, because I refuse to change myself for some stupid corporate overlord. But either way, as a quick little just, hey, this is what's going on with YouTube, this is what I've heard, and, you know, a little update for the state of the channel, since I'm kind of in between video games right now and kind of in between my ability to record anything right now with the setup of this mod pack going on. There's just this idea that YouTube was supposed to be for everybody. And the idea was you could upload something onto the internet, 1,000 people could watch it, and you would have 1,000 views, and they would all count. It destroys a dream, I guess. I guess that's the only way I can put it, is it destroys a dream. It's something that doesn't feel like YouTube can happen anymore. You know, it used to be, you'd make a silly video with your friends or your, you know, family. Look at the guy with his son and the trombone. It's a fucking classic video. I don't know, maybe this is all just, you know, ramblings of someone who has no idea what they're frickin' talking about, or however, you know, there's this idea of things are supposed to stay the way they are forever in your mind sometimes, and that's not true. You know, life changes, people change, things change, nothing stays the same. But at the same time, that's kind of a lot. I mean, change is possible, growth is possible, and it's good. You know, and I will respect anyone who decides to grow as a person or change as a person, all of that, you know, I would love to see it. However, you know, we do have to realize and be realistic. Life changes. People change. Oh wow, they even got little character faces. That's pretty cool. I've never actually zoomed in so far on this game. I don't know. I wanted to record something real quick to just talk about the state of YouTube and apparently what it's becoming. Because to hear that, you know, this is what the future is from YouTube, you know? It kind of makes me sad in a way, you know? Like, that's not what I thought YouTube was going to be. I thought YouTube was going to be something that just worked for everyone who put enough time, enough effort, or even just enough love into what they created. Either way, it's not going to stop me. I'm going to keep working, and I'm going to keep putting my whole heart into everything that I create here, and it's all going to be for you. Because, you know, what else am I going to do? I'm just one guy. I don't have, you know, influence or Bezos money or anything that's actually useful. All I have is my willingness to go and just create for the sake of creating. Because to me, that's what YouTube's about. YouTube is about being creative. It's about sharing your vision with the world and praying that someone out there appreciates your vision as much as you do. And ship secured. Well, now that that's all done, I'm going to call it here for today. So please, please, please do like and subscribe. Apparently it really genuinely does help the channel and helps grow my hobby into something that, you know, could be really beautiful in the future. And I pray that, you know, we both get to enjoy it. And there we go, another station liberated. And a new goodie given. And now we have a higher level of mission, a mistake mission, which we will see about taking one of those here in the future. So I'll see you then.